Big Knockers Productions presents another award-winning video from Kung Fu Hot Dog.
So, let's talk about Wuchang Fallen Feathers, a game I reacted to last year, but I don't think my video actually went up online, and since then I've actually deleted it, which is a bit of a shame. I'm pretty sure I don't have that on my channel whatsoever, but I'm here to give you a bit of a breakdown today, folks, because honestly, this game from Lindsay Studios in China, I think will be the catalyst for why we don't have to spend $100 upwards on future video games. Now, that is not a clickbait introduction, folks. It will all make sense when we get back after these opening titles. Are you ready, girls? Well, you just keep typing, Angelina. I'll just keep looking at your sexy legs, and we'll see you in a few moments.
On today's episode of Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Okay, you can come. Are you coming?
Kind of busy right now.
And I'm coming for it, Ken. I'm coming for the fucking money, you piece of shit.
I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm getting the feeling.
In the ass end of space, even aliens watch Jason King with Kung Fu Hot Dog.
This is the greatest show I've seen in my life.
Duke Nukem likes this guy. Approved by 1970s Robert Redford.
Now, what you have to bear in mind, folks, this trailer, which is actually 18 minutes of gameplay footage, obviously I'm not going to go through all 18 minutes, was 3 years ago. So as I'm speaking right now, the people at Lindsay Studios are still working on the game, and I will show you behind the scenes of that too. And this is all in 4K. Look at the likes and dislikes. I mean, 10,000 is a lot of dislikes, but I don't know why. Maybe that was Rebecca Valentine and her robotic mob of people going after it. But let's have a quick glance at this, folks. And by the way, if you think she looks pretty here, they've actually made some serious upgrades to this lady's face. She's the main protagonist. She's a good-looking mama, man. Just like Henry Cavill's missus.
捞的东西就搞快走，等到被他们发现送关说，嘘，啥子声音？
Damn, what a complete and utter badass. You know what this reminds me of? Ninja Gaiden. That's why I always get shades of Ninja Gaiden Black. And if it's the game I remember it to be, you've got a very ridiculous end boss fight, and you get a lovely, beautiful girl to win the heart of at the end of it. It's either that or another title in that series. And the lead character here herself, she's got shades of Michelle Yeoh, like young Michelle Yeoh back in her day when she was an absolute tour de force. That's who this lead character reminds me of. There we go, another boss fight. Wow, what the shit, man. Damn. Now again, this is a 2018 build, so when we look at the new footage, I think they've made a lot of improvements with the mechanics and the movements. The wanted posters, I'm assuming they're wanted posters or something similar, or maybe not at all. But look at the detail that's just gone into that, and the wood textures, just amazing. Knock, knock. Can I come in? Right, let's go on further a little bit. Ugh, who the hell are you? What? Well, those are an interesting pair of demon boobies. Oh boy, man. You would have thought one chunk of the flesh is bitten out. Oh, here we go. I've got to stop this.
A few moments later.
Yes, definitely a lot of shades of Sekiro. Shadows died twice. Or in this case, it's cities died twice. And they come back to life again. So you get the gist, folks. This game looks really great on the Steam DB charts. It is currently 152 on the wish lists. I've got it wish listed as well. And at the moment, it's 75,000 plus in terms of Steam Hub followers, which is pretty good. I suspect when this the announcement of the game is actually official, and then all of a sudden this will rise to the bottom 99. And speaking of bottoms, feast your eyes on this. And now, folks, meet Zia Sion, who is the founder, CTO, director of Lindsay Games. And this is a very short video regarding the behind the scenes of Wuchang Fallen Feathers. Let's have a quick look, shall we, folks? It's a Q&A, not a TNA, although I would prefer that behind the scenes footage.
成都有非常丰富的历史底蕴和传统文化，这里有神秘的三星堆，有脍炙人口的三国故事，也有大量的历史建筑和文物。我们在这片土地上。
So this is Lindsay Game Studio, folks. Not what you typically would find, but is there anything that rings the alarm bells here? Do the employees feel threatened? Are they working in harsh conditions? This is very old school, actually. For people that have seen behind the scenes stuff in video games of the West, this is like that, but with a cleaner aesthetic.
生活和工作，作为游戏从业者，我们很希望能够把这些独特的东西带给大家。游戏的故事背景设定在明朝末年的1647年，张献忠刚死，川蜀地区正迎来他最黑暗的时期。
So this bit here always reminds me of World War Z. You know, when all the zombies are piling up on one another. That's what this reminds me of.
战乱和羽化病的出现，这个地区就变
But
得
as he
非常
says
的
here,
险
it's
恶。
about
我
plague and
们为羽
war
化
and
病撰写了
disease.
属于他自己的架空
And
历
this
史。
lovely fella pops up on
从
top and says,
楚王杜宇时代起，经历了汉唐、宋末以至明末。每逢战乱的时候，羽化病就会出现。我们把这些信息分散到了游戏的只言片语当中。 以及游戏的场景叙事当中，
Real world scanning. When you see this stuff, guys, it's insane. They're using a drone just to get the best. I think they call it cloud data scanning.
带给大家，大量使用了像激光扫描仪、相机、无人机
That's insane.
等各种
Look
各
at
样的
that.
设备，去获取物体表面
Holy
复杂
shit,
的
man.
几何信息，从而生成
Cloud
这些
data.
复杂的模型，让他们能够进到游戏当中。这样的话，玩家就能够在游戏中行走在这些。
Hey, Black Girl Gamers. Hey, Kimberly. These are actually real gamers working at a desk encoding a game from cloud data technology. What can you bring to the fold? Let me know in the comments below.
从电影和传统武术中吸取了大量的灵感，设计了很多武器和流派机制，
Shit, I wouldn't mess with
让
this
游戏的
chick.
核心
Holy
战斗
hell.
在不偏离本味的基础之上，能够更加的具有动作性和策略性。比如，我们的双刀就借鉴了武侠电影。 双刀的部分招式在和对方拼刀的过程当中，能够偏斜对方大部分的伤害，并且造成伤害。但是如果这个时候玩家的体的动画师将根据武术指导的设计。
It's really refreshing to see this kind of thing in a video game again, because the last time I saw stuff like this was probably when Call of Duty was rebooted and you had Barry Paul Sloan playing the new Captain John Price. You saw him, and obviously I go back to the old PlayStation 3 vlogs of Nathan Drake and the crew from Uncharted, where you had obviously Nolan North, Richard McGonigal, Emily Rose, Robin, whatever his face is, the guy that's got he's the master of 1,000 voices, that dude. They're all together in a room, Claudia Black, all, exchanging anecdotes. And this is kind of like, it's a comeback that we like to see. People genuinely want to see how a video game is made from start to finish, right? And obviously, you're not getting the start to finish process here, but you're getting a nice little slice of that pie. Do you know what I mean?
进行2次调整和制作，这样最终游戏的动作就可以在游戏性和观赏性中间取得一个随着无常的旅程。距离我们2025年的发售日越来越近，我们还会陆续给大家带来更多的内容。
There you go. Look at that. Look at that. I think they've actually improved the model from the last time and her titties as well. So thank you very much, Unreal Engine. You're not amused, are you? Which brings me to this article from a Spanish website called Marca.com. GTA 6 will cost $100. Save the industry and everyone will imitate it, according to an analyst. Personally, I am very much against these claims. Raising the selling price of games to $100 seem absolutely crazy to me, el loco. And this person is absolutely correct, because the DEI slop on the left, and yes, I know this is Rockstar Games leaning into the meme of DEI and ESG, and you got your protagonist lovers on the right hand side, although some people are questioning whether the lady right here might actually be trans or something like that, which is probably quite hilarious. So the reason why I mentioned this price hike at the beginning of my video today, because going back to my introduction, Wuchang Fallen Feathers, and I would even say even games before that, like Bright Infinite Memory, if that's the title of the game I got correct. Obviously Black Myth Wukong as well, much later on. To me, those are the games that have kind of reignited the passion, not of just the hobby of what men and some chicks enjoy for gaming, but listen, GTA 6 probably going to get a full-blown gameplay trailer this year. We'll probably see it at the Jeff Keighley Gay Awards, because where else are we going to see it? Or actually the Summer Games Fest. I think a big announcement about that will drop right there. And 2026, I'm going to say probably November 2026 is when GTA 6 will officially get released, as long as there are no further leaks or anything along the way. But I predict that they will have leaks galore, which is going to be so funny if it does happen. And are you going to pay $100 for a game like that because it's GTA 6? It's not the same people behind Rockstar Games as there were with the previous titles. You've got to remember that, folks. When people up and leave like Dan Houser, and yes, his brother is still steering the ship, but his brother is under a lot of pressure to make sure expectations for shareholders are met. So not the same crew, right? They're, as Kyle said, they're more of a sorority these days rather than a fraternity, because when you had the latter's mindset, you actually made good products, right? I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the old Rockstar Games crew used to go to strip bars every Friday, which I think is absolutely hilarious. One way to cleanse the mind and to inspire you, right? But who knows? So we have that, and also, I will say this much. Why don't you just release a special edition of the game and pay $100? I mean, we're already being duped into paying onwards and upwards of maybe $150 for a collector's item because it comes in a steelbook and you get some artwork, all that nonsense. So why would you do that? And then when you've got a game like Wuchang Fallen Feathers, which right now you can't find it on pre-orders like an actual fixed price, but I think it'll be about $49.99, just like Black Myth Wukong. So that would make absolute sense. And again, while this article here, it kind of breaks down things very well, I do not believe for 1 minute that people are going to pay $100 for a game because, oh boo-hoo, they're getting more expensive to make. Well, if they're getting more expensive to make, guys, why don't you A, bring them out on time, 2, no bugs and no fixes needed, but of course every time you do get a brand new game you have to wait for the updates anyway, and no DEI or ESG. If you have those factors in mind, and I don't, again, the excuse they're having is, well, we've got new technologies, new consoles, but bitch, there are new gaming PCs coming out probably every few months alone, but they don't hike the prices of Steam games, do they? Just to meet the requirements of those hardcore PCs utilizing RTX 5090s now. Have you seen those graphics cards? They're absolutely insane. So you've got that, and again, the PC master race will always be there. I love my old school gaming consoles, but when it comes to gaming PCs, you know, you cannot match them. They're in a class of their own. They absolutely are. So again, when you have these plants who call themselves financial analysts, they're there just to test the waters, just to see if the public perception is going to be negative or positive. And from what I can glean from other outside reactors out there, it's been met with a barrage of absolute hatred. Like, why do you want to hike the price of games up for? No one's going to fall for it. And that's why I do fundamentally think as well, folks, that a game like anything that comes out of China now, we're going to be steered towards those. I want to see those. I want to play them, because at the end of the day, China will actually make sure the prices are not risen any further to meet customer demand, because they figure that if you sell them at the base price, then people will keep buying them en masse. I use a couple of, shall we say, specialized Chinese services online for my YouTube channel, and what's great about them, that the credits stay running on an infinite loop, and it's fantastic. And then when I have to renew my usage every 3 months, the credits stay the same. So I'm getting value for money there. And I think China knows that Western video gaming is going on a downward spiral, because all they're conflating is, well, we've got high budget expectations and therefore we've got to make our or recoup our money through higher price increases for video games. I mean, come on, game devs, do you think you're Hollywood? I mean, the game industry is worth 150 billion per year. It outclasses music, TV, films, everything. So I don't know why, for example, that the games industry is trying to merge itself into films when it's its own art anyway, and it's a fantastic art form. Nothing will ever beat it. It's the most interactive medium out there. So again, all this talk about price hiking, just look at China and see what they're doing, and maybe focus your eyes on their output, because A, it'll be DEI and ESG free. The graphics are amazing, as you've seen from my reaction already. They'll keep everything old-fashioned, so you'll have muscular guys and beautiful hot women, and they know that's what you're going to spend your money on. But if you want to spend your money on something else, folks, look no further than yours truly right here. Because if I were you and if you were me, ladies, you should probably come back for the next video.